friends, it's Holly Jones, Mrs. Jones Stitches. Thanks for joining me for this special edition of Flosstube. This is my 2023 State Fair entries, and we are filming in a different location today. I'm filming from my dining room because I needed a gigantic table to hold all of my entries. So I always enter stuff in the fair, and I've done that for the last probably 4 or 5 years now. I love entering things. I always, want to come home with a blue ribbon or a best of show. I've gotten blue ribbons. I've not gotten a best of show, so that's my new goal this year. But anyway, so about this video real quick, I'm going to show you my entries for the fair. I'm not going to go through and list the, each floss color used or anything like that. This is kind of just like when people do whip parades, this is kind of just like a FFO parade. So I'll show you everything that I've finished. I'm not going to go over, fabric I used and thread colors and stuff like that. Usually I have all that on my Instagram, which you can find at Mrs. Jones Stitches. And I'm also not going to share what category I'm entering these items in. I do have friends in my local stitch group that are entering things in the fair too, and I just want it to be as fair can be. So, but I will go ahead and show you what I've worked on. So I made a promise to myself this year that I was not going to wait until the last minute to FFO all these things. Usually I love stitching more than I love finishing. So I tried really hard over this last year to stitch something and then fully finish it. So that way I was not scrambling around at the last minute, because in years past I have not been very good about FFOing until the last minute. So I really only had to FFO like 3 or 4 things. So here's one entry. This is Loads of Love by Primrose Cottage, and I just love this. This was so fun to stitch. I stitched this after the Annabella's All Things Winter Retreat, and I also stitch exclusively with color and cotton floss. So again, I'm not going to go through all my colors I used, but that's one of my entries. I have everything kind of like strategically spread out on this table here. Another one of these entries, this is Big Hearted Tiny Town by Heart and Hand. And actually this kind of hangs up like that, so. I will say on my Instagram and Flosstube, I got a lot of questions about where I got this ribbon. And one thing I do is I love scouring Facebook Marketplace for ribbon, but these are actually just separate layers of ribbon that I hot glued together. So this is like a tan and white polka dot here. Then there's this pink kind of grosgrain with little white, stitching on the edges. A white lace, and the red gingham with the pom-pom. So what I do is I just layer the ribbons on top of each other and hot glue them down, and they're all wired, so it's real easy to maintain the shape. And then this is from the Valentine section at Hobby Lobby. So okay, how cute is this one? This is from the Dollar Spot at Hobby Lobby. And it's just a wooden sled. It actually came with a different wreath on it, and the wreath was just kind of, kind of puny looking. It wasn't very fluffy or anything. It was just kind of whap whap. So I found this kind of a vintage bottle brush tree. I actually went to an estate sale and bought a shoebox full of random ribbons and trims and rickracs, and this honestly was just kind of thrown in there. It was in some packaging from the 1980s, so I took it out and it looked great, so I just glued it on. Okay, let me reach over here and get this one real quick. Excuse me. Okay, I love this one, and I think I love it so much because of the frame that it's in. It's just such a unique frame, really playful. This is Stitchville. This is done by Thimble Blossoms, Bonnie and Camille, and I stitched this, I think I stitched it around Christmas last year, but I just really love this. It's so bright and colorful, and currently when it's not at the fair, it sits on my my tiered tray. Just a nice, good everyday piece. I just got done sharing this one on my Instagram. I need to move some of these over here real quick. Should have been a little bit more prepared, but you know, doing the best we can. This is a classic Christmas by Hands On Design. This pattern was initially released at the Jingle Ball last year, and unfortunately I did not get into that class, so I was really itching for this pattern to come out, and I'm so glad it did because it is just so pretty. The colors are beautiful. I really love it when Kathy designs with this kind of scripty font. It's really similar to what she did for Welcome Stitchery, and it matches her new release, a classic haunt. So I really love that font a lot. These are just, I think this is Sweetwater fabric, Sweetwater I think by Moda. And typically I don't like using fabric with words on it, but the good news is, you know, you can see that the print says fa la la. And so it's not, I don't know, it's not like a whole bunch of words. If that makes sense. It's not, you know, phrases or anything that you really need to read, and you kind of get the gist of what it is, and you can see, you know, that it says fa la la on the top and bottom rows. So I didn't really mind using a print with text on it this time, since it wasn't something you're really going to have to like read a lot of. And I really thought the white and red contrasted nicely with this green down here, and the reds matched really well with the houses and the poinsettias. Okay, ABC by Primrose Cottage. I love this. We have a little honey dipper right here. We have some black and white baker's twine, some green kind of jute, and the cute bees. I know bees were really in this year. I got this frame at Basket Market. It actually kind of looks like a tray, but it's just a frame. But I really like the depth and the detail on this. I think it kind of pulls you in since the frame kind of is elevated a little bit. Yeah, really fun. I recently finished this one, and I shared this on my Instagram. This is from the Peppermint and Holly book by Blackbird Designs. This book is out of print. I did have a very dear friend who acquired the book, and she doesn't stitch a lot of Blackbird right now, so she passed the book along to me. So I was super grateful to get this, and I want to stitch everything in this book. I started with this because it was small, and I thought that on the petty point fabric with the kind of beaded frame, that it just kind of tied really nicely together. I also think this would be really cute if you wanted to finish it into an ornament with the year on it too. That was another finishing option that I thought of for this, but honestly I just went with the frame because it was going to be a little quicker. Okay, another Blackbird. This is In Full Glory out of the Sweet Land of Liberty book by Blackbird Designs, and I stitched this I think in May, maybe April or May this last year, and it's stitched on color and cotton linen with color and cotton flosses. Again, you can check my Instagram if you want to see a list of the flosses that I used. I picked up this frame at Basket Market too, and what I really like about it is the kind of the distressing on the edges of the frame. It's just really, really pretty. I love the Kisses and Wishes series from Primrose. So here is Raindrop Kisses and Flower Wishes, and I turned this into a little pillow. And there's the back. And I also have Spring Wishes and Bunny Kisses. And I used the same fabric on the back. And we have Booze Hisses and Halloween Kisses. There's the back. And I actually, on this fabric here, this is Kitty Loves Candy fabric, and I took a piece of the selvage and just kind of stitched it on the bottom of this, and then I, you know, hand sewed that. But there's that. And in my previous floss tube, I shared my Lisa Frank inspired Halloween, and so I have these little, this is kind of a collaboration of like a Lisa Frank bright neon color palette meets the 13 Spooky Smalls pattern book from Primrose Cottage. So this one is October 31, and I have a kind of an electric blue rickrack and these cute little ghosties. Oh, and on this too, I used like metallic black cryonic floss for the spider and for the band on her hat. And then we have Trick or Treat, and I did kind of a neon rainbow fade right here, a gradient. We have some hot pink rickrack and a bright orange gingham. And I love this. This is Halloween quilt from 13 Spooky Smalls. And the original, oops, I have some hot glue wispies right here. The original one is done in black and orange. And I did mine in that Lisa Frank neon color palette. And then in the center, I did a stitch of black cryonic metallic floss. And then I did a yellow rickrack and a neon green on the back. And then for my double too, I actually need to make a couple more of these. I just did some random like pillow fillers. These are just stuffed with polyfill. And so all the fronts are a little bit different. Here we go. And the backs all have just a black and white text font. So I actually need to stitch a couple more of these because there needs to be a few more in the double, I think. It's a little, it's like, let's say it's like 75% of the way there, but I need a couple more stitched for that side. So, but I think for the fair, I'm probably gonna have to put it in a smaller like bowl or something so it doesn't look like half completed. So, okay, since we're staying on the pillow train, I did a bunch of little patriotic pillows this summer. So this is a freebie. This is by Plum Street. This is Happy Birthday, Mr. President, I believe. And you can find this on Paulette's blog. I also have it linked if you go on my Instagram and go to my Linktree account. Right at the top, you can click that and it will take you directly to this pattern. I did do a full color and cotton color conversion, and I changed the date down here. I think it had George Washington's birthday, and I went ahead and changed it to 1776, the year that our country was founded. So then I stitched this. This is a Christmas quilt by Primrose Cottage. The original is done in red and green. I decided to do red, white, and blue for mine, and I did the flowers, the red, the trellis, kind of the blue, and I pulled white and kind of did these extra little, I think they look like hearts, but I did that in white. This was another Plum Street freebie. I think it was just called 4th of July. It's on, again, it's on Paulette's blog. I also have it linked in my Linktree account. But there's this right here, and then on the back, this kind of aqua gingham, and then some aqua rickrack. This is it called Let Freedom Ring? What is this called? I don't know, I'm drawing a blank. Also by Plum Street Samplers, and I really loved this. This was super cute. The pattern actually shows this in like a sepia tone with lots of like different shades of like kind of grayish tan. And Jessica, the Sweetwater Stitcher, had showed me a picture that she had found, and it was colorized. And I want to say it was maybe Shepherd's Needle who had the colorized version in shop, or maybe Shepherd's Bush. I'm not sure. But anyway, somebody had visited the shop and taken a picture of one that was colored like this. And so I chose similar colors. I did do a little bit different on my balloons and a little bit different on my dress, but I really love this one. We have a blue rickrack and red and white polka dots on the back. Okay. A couple more things. I'm gonna save this one for just a little bit. We have The Maker and the Mender by Brenda Gervais, and I stitched this at the first of the year in January. This is on Vintage Smoky White Linen by Picture This Plus, or maybe it's the Weigart gosh, I'll be honest, I'm so frazzled right now with all the entries and all the finishing that I just don't remember, but I know it's vintage smoky white. I did do a color change. I did my words in like this teal color. I did leave off my initials. My original plan was to use initials and put initials of all the creative women in my family who use a needle in some form or fashion. So whether it's knitting, quilting, cross stitching, embroidery, things like that. But honestly, I just did not get that far. So I didn't put anything on there. Okay. Witch's Night Out by Brenda Gervais. And I recently shared this on my Instagram in my Flosstube. I did two different color of oranges. I did this orange for the background, and then I did kind of a brighter orange for the bow, which I really like because I think it corresponds well with my pumpkins. Some of these pumpkins, you know, the floss has lots of variegation in it, so I couldn't decide which orange I liked, so I used both. I did another layering ribbon technique up here, and then I took a long time to fully finish this one because I couldn't decide what needed to go in the middle. If I was going to do like a spooky spider or a button or something like that. And honestly, I was going through my jewelry box, and I found this broken piece of like costume jewelry up here. And so I thought, well, when I go out with my girlfriends or my husband, I like to get dressed up, and I usually wear, you know, a really pretty necklace or some fun earrings. And I thought, since she's going out for her big night out, that she might need a little bit of bling too. So that's why I chose to do the costume jewelry up there. Okay, I need to go let my dog out. She clearly sees a squirrel, so I will be right back. Hang tight. Okay, sorry about that. We just have a couple more pieces and I think we're gonna be done. So this is Seasonal Samplings Winter by Primrose Cottage. And this was what we did at the Annabella's retreat that I went to, the All Things Winter retreat that I went to in Florida this January. It was January. You can see where my head is right now. I love this piece. I think this is so pretty. And this, I learned a lot in this at this retreat. I learned about using sticky board, which normally I use like a non-stick mat board. So this is my first time using sticky board. This is my first time putting like rickrack between the layers here. Usually I've just kind of stacked my layers. And this is my first time using how to do kind of big bows and covered buttons. So I need to fluff this just a little bit better, but I'm really excited to see how this does because I really love this piece. I did change my fabric on this. The called for was light ash gray, and I did more of a neutral. I think this is like raw natural, and I didn't want to do like the raw natural petty point where the, you know, the white dots are in like a uniform pattern. So what I did was I took some white craft paint. Oops, there we go. I took some white craft paint and I took a plastic fork, and I just kind of flicked the tines of the fork and made little kind of random snowflake drops on this. And I let it dry, and here we are. So that's another entry. I love this one. This is Token of Love by Blackbird Designs, and I stitched this, I think I stitched this for Mania this year. I'll be honest, I really need to do a better job of, I know a lot of people do like the library cards on the back. I don't. I typically just do my name, my Instagram handle, and then when I finished it, and it was finished in 2023. So I did a full color and cotton color conversion on this. And one thing that I think is really special about this piece is I love this frame. I found this at Basket Market, and one thing I really think that I love about it so much is you can see on the border there's all these different little acorns, and I really think the bottom or the top row of this frame, they remind me of the acorns, not the caps, but just like the shape of the acorns. And so it has a really good like fall vibe to me, and I just love this piece. I am so looking forward to having it out this fall, and The colors on it are just really pretty. Okay. 3 more, guys. All Things Grow with Love by Primrose. And I put my husband's initial right here, and then mine. And then we got married. Did I put 2016 on here? Yes, 2016 right here. So I'm debating if I want to put a bow on this or not. I have a bow made, and it's pink and kind of like a blue, but I almost think I like it better without the bow. I think the bow might be too much. So let me know what you think. Drop me a comment below and let me know, bow or no bow, on All Things Grow with Love, and I'll do what you think. Okay, these are my last 2. I'm really proud of these. I showed this in, oh gosh, I think it was the Flosstube I did, I don't know, January, February maybe. So I used the Roundabouts from Stitching with the Housewives, and I made this cute garland. I might need to step out just a little bit. There we go. You can see it all now. So I got this garland at Hobby Lobby. I've had it for a really long time, probably 5 or 6 years. I don't know if they still make it. I don't know if you know, they still have them or anything like that. But it is on this jute kind of garland, and I stitched each one of the roundabouts. I finished them on a 3.5 inch circle. I backed it with a 4.5 inch circle that was covered in coordinating fabric, and then I took some kind of pinks and reds and plaid fabric and put them between. So we have a cute Valentine garland. I love it. I'm a garland girl. We have a really lovely mantle in our home, and I love decorating that mantle for holidays, special occasions, and I'll be honest, I don't really do a whole lot of Valentine decorating. I feel like it's really kind of a dead period between getting all the Christmas stuff down, and I usually leave up snowmen for January. I don't really do a lot of Valentine decorating, and then I kind of go into like spring and Easter. And so I feel like this year I did a lot more Valentine stitching. I stitched quite a bit of Valentine with the Loads of Love from Primrose, the Big Hearted Tiny Town, all the Roundabouts. I did the 2023 Collector's Heart from Heart and Hand. I did a lot of Valentine stitching, so I'm really looking forward to having that as decor in my home this year. But I decided that I needed a Christmas garland. Now, I'm not all the way done with this one. So these are the Jolly July Roundabouts from Stitching with the Housewives. We have Hot Cocoa, Kringle Cookie Company, Home for Christmas, and I did the bonus chart Mary. I don't know why I could not, I printed it out, but I could not find the, I think the one was like a tree farm or Christmas trees or something, fresh cut trees. So I just stitched the bonus chart and included it here. Now I still need to add the fabric strips between the pieces, but I'm really happy with how this one turned out too. And one thing I like about this is, one thing I like about the garlands is it's just a different finishing technique for displaying your stitching in your home. You know, we all do the flat finishes, we all do the frames, we like doing the, you know, little pillows and stuff like that. But I think when you do something like this, it kind of is incorporated in your house more as like home decor. And I guarantee that nobody that I know has this in their house. You know, so many of us shop at Hobby Lobby, and I'm a faithful Hobby Lobby shopper. But I get so tickled when I go to my friends' houses and they have the exact same, you know, sign in their house that I do. Or you go to a garage sale or estate sale and they, you know, all the decor there is Hobby Lobby, and they have great stuff. But I like doing a couple extra things in my house that I don't think anybody else has, and I don't think anybody else has anything like this. On the back of this, I actually just saw this. Here's the tag from Hobby Lobby for this piece. It was in the Home Accents category. It was $15.99, and it looks like the item number is 5406152. So there's that if you want to take a screenshot of that with all the information on it. So, okay, well, that is it. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for watching. I will let you know how everything did. I'll probably do a State Fair recap video after the fair. The fair starts September 14th. I have to have this stuff turned in this weekend. So thank you so much for watching again. I actually have a couple other pieces that I'm fixing to fully finish, and then I'll probably share those on my Instagram. So again, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. Happy stitching!